I'm on mute, but when I get home, I'll be off and on camera. So see you soon.
Okay, sounds great. Ladies, thank you so much for coming today. You're in for a treat today with Miss Kelly Wright, who I just recently met through Honore Quarter. And Honore sent me this beautiful gift in the mail. And I was like looking at the box and I had been thinking that I wanted to be able to express my gratitude in different ways to all of the different people that I work with, sometimes my independent contractors, sometimes clients of mine. And I looked through this beautiful box, and then Kelly came on and did a presentation for us about who she was and what she did in that group. And I invited her to come into my group to do the same thing because I just loved it. So thank you guys for being here, and I can't wait to turn it over to Kelly here. So I'm gonna just let her introduce herself and get to it. I'm gonna just toggle my screens for a second, Kelly.
Yeah, I don't see everybody on my screen. I'm not sure why.
Oh, I don't know why either.
I see you, Jen, and Kelly.
We have Hamali and Christy and Neelam here with us today too. Did you change
ladies.
your screen view to gallery?
Yeah, it's on gallery.
Okay, I'm not sure. That's weird.
It's odd. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's all you, babe.
So we are. Okay. Well, thanks for inviting me, Laura. Very glad to talk about the subject of meaningful connections. Especially nowadays, it's more important than ever, as we all know. We all talk about all the time. So I thought I'd start by just talking a little bit about what we do at Golden Hello and a little bit about our story, because I think it's always fascinating to hear people's stories behind how they got to where they are. And I understand you're all entrepreneurs, so I give you tons of kudos for that, because as we know, it's a lot of work, but it's so extremely rewarding. I come from an entrepreneur family. My dad is an entrepreneur. My father-in-law is an entrepreneur. My husband has owned a landscape business for 35 years now, and I've been a big part of that. I do all of his billing and customer service. And my oldest daughter owns her own pottery shop for 13 years now. And my daughter, Christy, is my business partner. So we are both the co-founders of Golden Hello Company. So we are a mother-daughter team. Everybody always asks us how that goes. And we just love it. We're like, as my kids grew older, we became best friends. So I'm best friends with both of my daughters, and so is my husband. So it has just been an awesome experience. It's been great. But we are the co-founders, and what we do at Golden Hello is we really help business owners and leadership teams to create these meaningful connections or enhance their connections. For their clients. We're just going to really talk about clients because that's what you guys have right now. And we do it through personalized gift giving that really shows your appreciation and gratitude. But we are not just a gifting company. What comes first for us is try to showing that appreciation and gratitude towards others. Our gifts are secondary to what we do, but they're fabulous, our gifts. We love them, and we love all the comments and emails and Facebook messages and LinkedIn messages that we get from receivers and buyers of our gifts. It's just it's so heartwarming to hear the responses that we get. My background is in management. I've been in management for over 40 years. I was anyway, in the corporate world. I was in training management. I also am a designer, and my daughter's background is in interior design, and she's also a master barber. So along the way, we've created these really strong, meaningful client connections. And I've built some really great, strong teams, but certainly made a ton of mistakes along the way. So I really learned a lot by my mistakes. But really our story is pretty much this. Christy and I both had incredible jobs that we worked at. I thought I was gonna retire at my job. It was great insurance, it was great benefits, I won tons of trips. And it wasn't because they appreciated me, it was because I worked my butt off for them, right? And so it became, both of our places at the same time became very toxic. So we were living in this toxic work world for a long time. And I don't know if any of you have experienced that before, but most people that are entrepreneurs have experienced it, and that's why they've left their jobs. But, and then we realized that it was always complaining about their jobs too. They're never appreciated. No one even says thank you. They know nothing about their home life. They don't care. I mean, it's all we ever heard. So we decided that we were gonna, the entrepreneur in our blood, we decided we were going to do a little bit of research to see if this was in fact a true problem around the US. And in a very short period of time with our research, we realized it was a huge problem. That people were not feeling appreciated. Clients, there was a big turnover with people's clients because they weren't feeling appreciated. So we decided we were going to fix this problem. We wanted to fix it. We wanted to help business owners and leadership teams to create meaningful connections. And so everybody would be happy. And we decided we wanted to do a box because it was the hottest thing when we started. And we wanted it to be fun items. We wanted it to be, we wanted the items to be high quality. We wanted it to be reasonably priced. We wanted it to be easy for professionals to be able to give these gifts. So we had all this criteria. And so we figured it out. And what we figured out was that we wanted to give a box, and on the lid of that box, we wanted to say how we felt. Because this box is, we want it to be meaningful. We wanted it to start building a connection or enhancing a connection, along with several other things you need to do to build these connections. So that's what we started to do. And it took us about a year to get all those things we needed to get together for our business. As you know, there's a million things to get together, from licenses to, websites to all that kind of stuff. So that took us about a year, and then we've been open for just 2 years now. And it has been such a wonderful, wonderful journey. I don't look back for 1 second. Come around to us. Those people are so excited and are so willing to support us that it has just been, it's been such a great journey so far. So that's kind of our story and where we came from. And I hope today that you get to take a few gold nuggets away from some thoughts and suggestions that we have to give you. And hopefully you'll find a little bit of value in the conversation of building these connections. Let's see. So as we know, more than ever, because of this pandemic, we are craving connection with people. And it's so hard when you work from home. And all of us, I think we all work from home probably. And working from home, but I used to go out and still meet people and have coffee with people and connect with them and learn about their businesses and do all those fun things. And of course, none of us do that anymore. So I really missed that part of being able to still go out and meet with people. Now it's all, thank God for Zoom, but now we're on Zoom a lot and we're on the phone a lot. So we need a shift in our minds at how to connect with people a little bit more, because it's a totally different shift. You're not going out to buy them lunch. You're not buying them a coffee or meeting with them now. So we need to be in front of obviously we need to be in front of our clients a lot, at least once a month. We need to be in front of them somehow, some way, whether it's a little handwritten note in the mail, donuts, but somehow, some way, every month we need to touch those people. And maybe it's your top 5 clients, maybe it's your top 10 clients, maybe it's your top 50 clients. It just depends on you and your budget and your time. But everybody needs to start somewhere if you haven't started already. So some of the beautiful benefits of creating meaningful connections are obviously the feeling of truly appreciating people and being appreciated. Gaining trust and respect from those people is so important. Increasing loyalty and decreasing that turnover of client, because we know the money and time it costs us to obtain a client. We want to spend that same amount of money and keep that client, because obviously if we can keep that client, have that strong base of clientele, our bottom line will increase automatically. There's just no question. It's just a natural progression. And it creates a more positive work environment for all of us to know that, oh God, I get to talk to this client today. I love them. I can't wait to hear about their anniversary trip that they went on or whatever it might be. It's so important to do that. But I think when people say, well, where do I start? And I think the biggest thing is we have to have it in our heart. If we don't have it in our heart, if we don't realize and feel like these clients, I work for them and that I would not be here if it wasn't for them, and they're the reason I'm in business and do what I do, that's the first thing we have to realize. And once we realize that and we know our heart is in it, the rest I find is pretty easy. The people that find it hard are the ones who don't have it in their heart. And there are people who just don't. They're just like, hey, they're my client. They wouldn't know what to do without me. And they kind of take advantage and don't feel like that they're as important. So it's extremely important that it comes from your heart, and it has to be authentic from you and your personality. You can read all the books you want about how to build a strategy for client appreciation. And there are a ton of really great books out there. And I'm going to share a couple that I have read that I love. But it also has to be tweaked by you and come from your heart and come from your personality, obviously, so your client knows you're authentic. And I think that's extremely important. I'm just going to tell you a couple quick stories of a couple successes that we've had in the past couple of years with building these meaningful connections. We do a box called Let's Connect. And we use that box if we have a prospect that we have been calling or emailing or trying to get a hold of somehow, and you hear crickets. You just don't hear anything from them. But I know if I got in front of them, I could really show them and bring them some great value. So what we did was we call people usually 3 times within the month or email them. And if they don't respond back, then we send them what's called a Let's Connect gift box out. And when they get that, I'm setting myself apart from all the other people that are trying to reach them as well, and hoping that they'll connect with me, or when I reach back out to them, they'll remember me. So in this particular case, it was a large car dealership in our area, and I've heard the owner speak before, and I loved her story. And in her story, her father bought her a red Corvette when she was 16. So I went out and I bought a little match car red Corvette. It was on Amazon. I found it. I was looking high and low, couldn't find it. Found it on Amazon, and I put it in this box. And on the box is Let's Connect, and I sent it to her. And it was like the week before COVID. Didn't know COVID was going to hit. It was the week before COVID. So didn't hear anything for a couple weeks. I reached back out. I had her cell number too. Reached back out, didn't hear back from her. Another month later, reached back out, didn't hear from her. Another month later, reached back out, didn't hear from her. And I finally called the dealership and I said, I'm not sure I sent this out, but I know it was just during COVID. Everybody's been shut down. Did she even receive the box? And they're like, oh, she just got it and she loved it. And I said, I've been trying to get a hold of her. You know, it's been chaotic. I understand. Is there any way I can get a hold of her? They said, well, let me give you her assistant's phone number. I'll give you her assistant's cell number. So she did. I called her, left her message. She called me right back and said, I'd love to meet with you. And we met. It was back in, I think, July or August. And we met at one of the dealerships. I always bring a Golden Hello box as a gift for them spending their time with me. And she absolutely loved it. And we got all 400 of their employees. So they don't do any employee appreciation gifting at all. They do little things, pizza parties and that type of thing. And so now we do all of their work anniversaries. We send out boxes for them. So that was wonderful. We have this great connection. I talk to her at least once or twice a month, not the owner, but the woman that's in charge of the gifting program. And we have a close connection. Actually, I just sent her a gift too, because I thought of her with this planner we give out. I knew she would love it because she loves a handwritten planner like I do. So I send it to her. And one other story I would like to share with you is my husband's a landscaper. Oh, hi, Lulu. I haven't seen you. How are you? So my husband, every year, it'll be 35 years, my husband hand delivers Christmas gifts to all of his clients. It's about 55 clients he delivers gifts for. And during the year, he has mostly seniors as clients. And during the year, he does all sorts of stuff for them at no charge. He'll change their light bulbs, he'll clean their gutters, whatever that he brings their wood in the house for them, for their fireplaces, whatever they need, my husband does for them. He just loves seniors and he does whatever he needs to do. So he's got these loyal clients forever. And so once we opened Golden Hello, we started bringing them Golden Hellos at Christmas time. So when people do a landscape job, he brings them a Golden Hello gift. And at Christmas time, everybody gets a Golden Hello gift as well. And I can't tell you the cards and money that they give him back. They give him cards and they thank him so much for his service, and they give him tips and Christmas gifts. And he doesn't ask for any of those things, but it's just so sweet and thoughtful of these people that do that, because he has built such meaningful connections and such a base with these customers, and it's been unbelievable. So, I mean, meaningful connections is a very powerful tool. You can't buy it. And it's just such a great way to build a business. And if you can spend your money doing that, building connections through these cool ideas I'm going to give you versus a lot of marketing, it is in the bottom line, it is so well worth it. Because when you're doing marketing, and we do some marketing too, but when you're doing just marketing, you don't get that personal connection until hopefully they're your client. Where this, you can just build on that and build on that and build on that. And before you know it, you just have this whole base of really strong clientele, which is what we're all looking for, of course. I want to give you some tips on where to start. Because I know, Laura, that was one of your questions, like where do I start? What do I do first? So where I would start, one of the things we tell people is look at what your budget is. If you have a budget. If you don't have a budget, I would encourage you to start with a budget, even if it's $5 a client. First, pick out the clients that you want to start the program with. Pick out your list of clients. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's just 5 or 10 of them. I don't know, but pick your list of clients that you want to start with, and then pick a budget, either yearly budget, then break it down monthly or break it down per client. And again, even if it's $5 a person per month, it doesn't matter. It just matters that you're doing the gesture and getting used to it if you're not right now. So create a budget and then list things big and small that you want to do for your clients. And I'm going to give you some examples. Personally, I would pick out one gift that I would give them, like a true gift that I would give them once a year, whether it's a Christmas gift, a Thanksgiving, grateful and thankful gift, a birthday gift, just because, a surprise and delight gift. Everybody loves those. Or a gift, say you say, okay, I'm just going to give out gifts for special occasions. My client has a baby. My client bought a new house. My client got a big, did something great at work. I want to congratulate them. Maybe they've been sick and they've been sick for a while. You want to send them a feel better soon gift. So pick something out that you'd want to do for them. Maybe it's, since they're working from home, maybe they love Starbucks coffee and you knock on their door and you bring them a cup of coffee one morning. And say, hey, I just wanted to say hi and drop this off, see how you're doing. Imagine if someone did that for you, how that makes you feel. I mean, it's like, whoa, you know. If it's hot in the summertime, drop by with ice cream for them. Send them a little thank you note or just a little note, thinking of you, how are you doing? Maybe you send it one month, another month you send another note, put a lottery ticket, $1 lottery ticket, $1 in a dream. There's these really little things that are inexpensive that you can do that really make a big impact. Because think about the times you've gotten things in the mail or someone knocking on your door with a gift and how that made you feel. So it's not, to me, it's not the cost, it's the gesture of what you do and how you do it. Certainly you can send somebody a gift card. I mean, how does it make you feel by having somebody give you a gift card or someone actually come into your door with their Starbucks coffee? I mean, it's the whole difference. And obviously if they live close to you, that's one thing. If they don't, that's another. You do have to ship it or send it. But those are just some little examples of things you can do. So you make a list of all kinds of things you might want to do, whether they're big and small, and then figure out what your budget's going to be. And then you work from that budget. Maybe you pick out, 6 months out of the year, you're going to do things, and pick out those 6 things that you want to do and go with your budget. And maybe the next year you add on a 7th thing, and the next year an 8th thing, until you get to one gesture a month. And believe me, that client is going to remember you because you are connecting with them once a month. And the great thing about that is for referrals, because when you're on top of mind, which you would be, as soon as someone needs your service, they're going to remember you first thing, because you've built trust with them, you've built loyalty with them, and now they're going to refer you. And so now you're going to start seeing more referrals come in. And it's a true process that truly, truly works. And you do not have to use a golden hello, by no means. This is just one way. You can use anything that you possibly can think of that would satisfy your client or that you think is appropriate. I will say that swag, we don't call swag, like if you have company swag with company names on things, that is not considered a gift in other people's eyes. That's considered just a promotional item. So I wouldn't consider that as a gift. I wouldn't say don't give them out, but I wouldn't consider that as a true gift for somebody. Because a lot of people immediately want to order all the swag and give out swag every month. People don't look at that as being swag. So it's really the gesture that counts the most. So your goal is actually to build up to do 12 touches a month with a client. That's truly what the goal should be, 12 touches a month. So you always can start small, and then you can work your way up. And that's what we always suggest that you do. And I think it's always important too to keep notes on your clients. When you first start working with them, you see them a lot, or you talk to them a lot, you're learning about them. Write down notes if they tell you things that they like to do and things that they like. So start keeping notes in their file if you don't do that already, because then when you do go to do gift giving or want to do little things for them, you have the notes in your file of, oh, I know that one loves whatever, the special steakhouse they like to go to. And you want to give them a thank you gift for doing business with you. And you want to get them something from there, take them to dinner there. If you have some notes on each client on what they love, that's always very helpful. Maybe it's a family outing, maybe they like to go to the baseball game, in your local area, or whatever it might be. It's just very helpful. We spend lots of money to win over our clients, lots of money to find clients. So think about the money and translate for me, it's my time, because I don't spend tons of money in promoting or marketing, but we do spend a lot of time and money on giving out. We give out tons of boxes for people. And it's my time on LinkedIn and social media. And as we know, it's so much time. So translate all that time into money and put that energy there, but put some of that energy into this monthly client appreciation and build that client appreciation up so you have a solid base. We have tons of ideas. We have ideas on group events, and now is not the time because we don't do a lot of group events. But if anyone ever wants to contact me to talk about group events for clients, we have tons of ideas, tons of fun stuff to do for groups. And there's a couple good books that I have read that I think would pertain to you guys, and I think it would be helpful. One of them is Giftology. If you haven't read Giftology, that's a great book. And you can actually go on YouTube and see his live presentations. He tells some great stories about the gifting he's done. And he's done he goes after huge, well-known baseball teams. That's his thing with gifting. And the stuff he does for these people is just incredible. He's great. I love listening to him. He's got a great giftology. And one of the big things he talks about in that book is when you're giving somebody a gift, if you engrave their name in something, they will keep it forever. And that is so true. So when you're thinking of things to get clients, he'll talk about getting something for their kitchen and something with their name engraved, and they will keep it forever, and they will pass it down to their family, because you never want to throw something out with your name on it, right? So that he's great to listen to. And The Three-Way Effect by Florence Williams is a great book too. And it's all about finding yourself in the wilderness. I could see, you guys either together or with your clients going away for a long weekend, and they go in the wilderness, they have a guide, they don't talk business at all. It's not a party trip at all. It's all about finding yourself and building these deep connections with each other. It's just a fantastic book. And she has, in her book, she has a group of veterans that were in the war. She has all these different groups. She has a businessman from New York City that has this, and he's actually a publisher who has this very fast-paced life. In the first 2 days, he hated it, and then he loved it and found himself. And it's just a great book. So I would definitely suggest those two. Those are two great reads. And if you would like me to help you with a strategy, I'm more than happy to do that. Just send me an email or give me a call. I'm more than happy to walk you through it and talk you through what you can do and give you some more ideas. We have tons of ideas on what to do. If that's something you might be interested in, there's certainly no charge on my end. I just love to help people start that process, because I think it makes a world of difference. And I would challenge everybody to really work on it and do it for a year and see where your business goes, see how it changes things. You'll be amazed. You really will be amazed. But I think that's it.
Thank you, Kelly. I wrote down Giftology, but what was the other book again, please?
Giftology, and the other one is called The Three-Way Effect.
The Three-Way Effect.
By Florence Williams.
Thanks. So, for a couple of years now, you guys, my word has been generous. I love the energy of that word. I love being generous. I love having the budget to gift. Mm-hmm. I love all of it. Like, I just love the feeling of that. And I had been for quite a while trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then Kelly came along, and I began a gift to my team of independent contractors who make Sprayfuler Productions run. And the messages I got back after sending that first box were, I knew I would get thank yous, but I didn't realize I would get, oh my gosh, I'm in tears kinds of thank yous. And I think what I realized when I started to get those emails back was that people are not appreciated. And so everything that Kelly is saying today, right? And but that hit me so hard, right in the heart, when I got more than one email. It was at least 3 that the email was like, whoa, like, yeah, you guys get it. And that almost made me feel like I was going to get teary, because I just felt so good, thanking those people for what they had done for me. And in the beginning, when you're a startup entrepreneur, you don't feel like you have the budget for this stuff. But I had to laugh when Kelly was saying, get your budget down, like try to think about it. I was laughing because I was thinking to myself, well, if you go to the Hallmark store and you buy a nice greeting card, that's $4 to $5 right now. And then you add your dollar stamp to that, in the US or whatever, not to mention like out of the US. And you guys all have a budget for thank you cards. I know you guys send thank you cards, right? So you do have a small budget. So now I think it's about just thinking about how to up that a notch and really do the math so that you can feel really great about that, right? And that's how I started to do it. So I don't know, Kelly, if there's anything you wanted to say about that, but.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The feeling, because I know how I feel when we send gifts out every month. We send a bunch of gifts out. That's really our main marketing. We send them out to people that do our podcast to say thank you. I mean, for a host of reasons. One of my clients, unfortunately, has cancer. I like to send her a gift every couple months, let her know I'm just thinking of her. It's terrible what she's going through. And I don't expect anything back like you don't, but then you get these heartfelt messages back and it's like, oh my gosh. I had a client or a customer sent a gift. She said her sister was just diagnosed with cancer and lived in Florida. She didn't live near her. And she asked me if I'd make a special gift, blah, blah, blah. I did all that, sent it out. The text messages she sent me, I was crying reading it. She's like, she loved her gift so much. She took every single piece out and showed every single piece to her mom. And then we put this sterling silver bell in there with wings, and bells represent like the guardian angel and all this stuff on it. And she takes that to her chemotherapy appointments, every appointment with her. I was like, oh my gosh. So you just don't know how it's going to affect people. And it was just, it's so heartfelt to have that feeling of, I appreciate you and you appreciate me for sending you a gift. You know, it's just crazy, but you're right. People are craving that.
And I'll give you the very first example, you guys, was last year, every bone in my body wanted to be in Honoree's mastermind. And I had spent a couple bucks on a program and didn't have the money that year. And so when when I was ready, I kind of made some payments to be a part of her world and finally got into her Empire Builders Mastermind. And that's where I met Kelly, because she did a presentation there. This was the box that I received from Honoree, which was just thanks for being here. And that was a first for me in terms of, that was just, I had never received anything quite like that before, just for being part of her world, for being a client of hers, you know? And it struck me, and again, I already told you guys, I looked through the box, and Kelly just does this so right. The items that she picks are so awesome, and she can tell you more about her actual boxes, because I know some of the ladies want to chat with you about it, Kelly, but it was just really, really great. And I thought, okay, I want to model this. This is what I want to do, right? And then that's how that all got started. So did any of you have a question? Any question is great about this, or even a comment about something you've experienced. Feel free to unmute, Lulu.
Yeah, thank
Hi,
you.
Lulu.
Hi, how are you, Kelly?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm very much a gift giver, and hence my products or my books and cards and journal. I did them with that in mind, that they always would be like a gift. And what I've noticed with being connected with you, Laura, is, you know, anyone that I've met through any of the podcasts or any of the networking, like, to me, it's just natural that I would send them my book. So I've done that. And then that's just reciprocated, you know, like with Ginny, then I'm on the cover of the magazine. And it's just kind of a warm feeling without trying to sell anything or market yourself or anything. And people really appreciate that. But the one thing I wanted to share besides that was, recently I've got 3 boxes, so about 36 books, and, you know, they're a high-end book. And they all had a little bit of damage somewhere on them. And I was like, okay, I'll donate them to a women's shelter or something like that, was my thought. And then when I was looking at them, I was like, oh, I'm going to put a little note and just send them randomly to people that have helped me over the last year and say, we've all got bruises, we've all got scars, and I really want to thank you for being there for me. And
That's
I was
wonderful.
like, it was such a simple idea. And I was like, and they still get such a beautiful gift with a little nick or a ding in it. And I was like, wow, I should have thought about that last year.
That is so creative. I love that. So creative.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Did any of you have another comment or question you want to ask Kelly about this? Yeah, Jen.
So what is a creative spin to give unique services in that type of way to people instead of it just being a gift certificate?
Hmm.
In the past, I've given like channeled sessions and things, but I'd like it to be really creative and an experience in itself as they receive it because it's such a unique thing to give.
So I'm confused on what you're asking. So you're giving a gift certificate, but you want to give it in a
Instead
creative
of it
way?
being just a piece of paper in an envelope, have you gifted services as part of your boxes, but finding a way to make that look a little bit more, aha.
Yeah. So what people do is if they have things to add to the box, like it's funny right now, a client, he's a good client of mine. He's sending his parents a gift for their anniversary, but he's also wants to put this hot air balloon gift card in it. He doesn't want to just send that. Same with you're saying, right?
Yes.
So he's sending that to me, and then I'm going to put it in the box for him and ship the box out to them.
Okay.
He goes, I could hand it to them, but I think it's more fun to have it shipped to them and get it in the mail than me handing it to them. So that's what he wants me to do. So we could do that. We could have you, you can send them all to me and then I would put them in the boxes for you, or I can ship the boxes to you if you want to hand them out to people. And then you would put the gift cards right in there.
And you two are making me think of something I want to share about this, and I'll see what Kelly has to say about it. I just had a little bit of training in pitching, and what they were saying was about packaging. And so they said a lot of things about this, but they said even down to your email packaging counts, all the way up to a package that comes in the mail, like what Kelly offers in these golden hello boxes. And the point being that it matters. And because so many people send so many kinds of pitches, even letters in the mail, envelopes, packages, that if yours stands out, it matters. And so it got me thinking about like, okay, what do I want to do with my email signature? What do I want to do with my newsletters? What do I want to do with the cards that I send? Even that white envelope on the outside. And then, you know, Kelly is going to get a note from me pretty soon because this pitching course was about pitching magazine. And so I'm sharing this information from that course, you guys. And so I think I'm going to ask Kelly to partner with me for this box that Oprah's going to get.
Oh, that would be fun.
So like imagine getting not just a book in an envelope, but imagine getting something in a box like that, right? So I'm going to do this, and I think that this relationship was meant to be for that, because I've been stalling because I didn't know how to package it. So there we go.
Awesome.
There we go, right?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So have you ever sent anything to Oprah yet, Kelly?
I have not. She is on my list though. We're doing Shark Tank right now. We actually applied for Shark Tank 2 years ago before we were in business.
Wow.
And it's funny that you said that with the package, because we just started Golden Holes, but we were also decorating cubicles for people. That was our main business at the time. We applied for Shark Tank, but we took the envelope, the white envelope with our applications in it. And we're both designers. So we decorated the whole envelope back and front with this cool design on it. Within 3 weeks, we got a phone call. We didn't expect to get a phone call for a year.
Wow.
And within 3 weeks, we got a phone call and they said, okay, you're set to go to phase 2. And then you had to fill out all this paperwork and do these videos and do all this crazy stuff. And then we didn't make it any further. They said, no, you're not in business yet. It's a great idea, but get in business. And once you're in business, then reapply. So we changed to Golden Hello 2 years ago. And now we just applied for Shark Tank. So we'll see what happens.
Great. That's congratulations just for applying. That's awesome.
Yeah. So but you're absolutely right with that, doing something with, instead of just a white envelope, you need to stand out,
Yep. Yeah. Diane, I hear you. And I know that happened to me the first time I met Kelly. I'm like, oh my gosh, the ideas, all the ideas, you know? And I think this is such a perfect group of wonderful, heart-centered women that we have right now today. And they all are already in the energy of gratitude. And so to have a way to express it that makes them feel even better, right? So that's why I knew that you guys would love to talk about this today. What else, you guys? Anything else on your mind about it? Any other questions? I know that one of the best things that Kelly did for me is she made it easy because she has boxes that range in price from lower to higher. And I didn't feel like I was breaking the bank for the first time I did this. You know, so I can't remember now, Kelly, I'm not sure if you're comfortable talking about your box fees, but it made it a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So we start out, and that is the exact reason we did this, because we didn't want to make it crazy expensive. We want to be able to make it affordable, but still get that high quality, that premium gift. So they're $34.99 plus shipping. And if you get our standard box, it's $8 for shipping anywhere in the US. And then our second level box is $49.99, and those are only specific boxes. We do a grateful and thankful box in the fall, and we do these big welcome home boxes. Those are $59.99 plus $12 shipping. And then you could do anything custom, like Anna Ray's gifts were custom. Her boxes, she picked out specific things. I helped her design it. But you can do anything custom, but those are the standard boxes, and they're all the designer's choice, meaning we pick out the items in the boxes. Yeah, so it's pretty affordable. It's pretty affordable.
And the pictures I got from the people I sent them to were just so cute, right? So they're just sending me pictures of the stuff inside and how much they loved that. So Kelly, you do a really great job picking those items out. Because sometimes I think some people will be like, well, I want to pick and make sure that they're great, but all of the items were high quality, really nice, really cute, thoughtful. It wasn't just like you threw a bunch of things in the box.
Right. And they're all usable too, which is nice.
Yep. Practical.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So, anything else, you guys, before we wrap up today on this topic? Anything else you want to ask? Now's the time. No? Okay. Kelly, any last words you want to share today before we finish up?
Oh, it was this great meeting everyone, and best of luck to each one of you. And I would love to chat. I sent my email and my phone number in the chat box, so feel free. And we'll set up a time to talk over the phone or Zoom, whichever. I can answer any questions you have, kind of show you the gifts. We can show them to you virtually. You can go on the website at goldenhello.com if you want to look at them as well. We're in the process of changing our entire website. So by June, it'll be a whole new website and some upgrades to some of our things we're doing now. So yeah, so thank you all so much. I hope you got a few nuggets out of this, and I look forward to talking to some of you.
Thank you so much for being here, Kelly. And I'll mention just lastly that you helped me so much that day when we chatted to come up with what the strategy was going to be. And a lot of these ladies are in a business program with me right now. And our last call was all about strategy. And so when you have that put together, it just feels great. And so I just wanted to thank you for helping me with this particular strategy, because I love saying to people, I have a gratitude strategy.
Right. I love it.
Why not? So thanks again. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying yes to coming and sharing your info with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon, I hope.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording, you guys. And